Hey, what's up, you guys? So a few weeks ago, I had posted a comment on Facebook saying that I had some information that I was going to tell you, but at the time, it wasn't necessarily the right time or situation to tell anybody. So it's kind of, I figured that now is probably the best time and right situation that it's probably time for me to tell you what that important information was. Um, it actually made a video similar to this one before. I didn't quite like it, and so I'm making a new one. Hopefully, under 8 minutes. So, you know me, I ramble, so try to keep myself on track there. Before I actually go into detail about what I'm going to say, is if anybody tries to blame this on my family, like my mom, my sister, my grandmother, my grandfather, anybody, I mean, anybody that I love and care about, I will stop talking to you because I will not deal with people who try to blame it on somebody else. And if you have something bad to say, then you better tell it to me because, I mean, they have nothing to do with this. This is something I'm doing for myself. Here's what I'm about to tell you. I am transgender, which means that I was born biologically female, but I don't feel like a female. And I know that doesn't make any sense. Like, how can you be a female but not feel like one? Well, it's pretty easy. A lot of people confuse sex and gender. Sex is your biology that makes you a male or a female, that determines whether you're going to be carrying a child or whether you're just going to be helping to produce that child. Gender is also known as gender identity, is what you feel inside as like who you are as a person. And that can completely differ from what your body actually says. Now, for me as a transgender person, I can't necessarily say I've known since I was a child. A lot of transgender people do know as a child, but I can't say that I do. I mean, there are some like indications that kind of like, well, that kind of makes sense now that I realize this, but there's also, I mean, I can't really say 100% that I knew as a kid. I'm going to give you some term definitions, some transgender term definitions. And that is, okay, FTM means female to male. MTF means male to female. Dysphoria is the discomfort you feel about your biological body and how it doesn't connect what you have up here. Top surgery is removal of the breast tissue, and bottom surgery is the actual sex reassignment surgery, also known as HRT, which is hormone replacement therapy, or just T, which is testosterone. A lot of people don't quite go all the way through of transition. Some people just, say they're a dude, they're a dude. They might change their name and their gender marker, but for the most part, don't go on HRT or do any kind of surgeries. Sometimes it's money or health, or they just generally just don't want to. I can say that I'm not one of those people, unfortunately. I do want to get on hormones. I do want to have top surgery, and I do want to have bottom surgery. That is how bad I feel about myself, I guess, if that makes sense. Please let it be known that I say that I can't stand being a woman. There's nothing wrong with women. It's just me personally, as a transgender person, I cannot be a woman. But there's nothing wrong with being a female. I don't have to explain myself why I feel this way and why I want to transition. But I want to tell you that I am going to change, and it, slowly, quickly, it kind of depends on situation. Right now, I am seeing a gender therapist. That doesn't mean that I'm on like hormones or anything. It just means that I'm talking to somebody about trying to get on hormones. And that is one of the first steps of trying to get onto hormones. I do plan on changing my name. I do plan on changing my gender marker. There's going to be a lot of changes that's going to be happening. Not necessarily soon, but not in like a far away future. This is something that is going to happen. And you can't sway my mind about this because this is something I feel, this is something I need to be happy. And in all honesty, I am not happy. I can look like I'm happy, I can feel happy every once in a while, but it doesn't mean that I am truly happy and content with myself, because I am not. I'm not content with who I am, and I'm not content for being a woman. Just the thought of having to wear female clothes and having to deal with things women have to deal with, it pains me physically to the point where I do not want to get out of bed. It pains me physically that it's so bad. I want to be happy. And this isn't just, depression. This isn't just what happened to me as a kid. This is so much more than that. And I am 18, and I can choose this life for myself. If this is what's going to make me happy, and I know it is, then I'm going to do it. Because in the long run, would you rather me be a man and feel happy and content with who I am, or a woman and maybe even kill myself? And I know that's a bad thing to say, but that's to the point where I'm at. Like, I feel so bad about being a woman that having to live on the rest of my life as a woman pains me more than words can ever describe. If you have any questions, anything that you want to ask about my transition, anything you just want to ask in general, just message me. You could also shoot me a comment, anything. Yeah, that is my big important message. So thank you for listening, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.